Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and Star Citizen 3.18 has finally dropped to the persistent universe. It was accompanied with a massive number of bugs and loading problems. For the longest time, it dropped like Friday evening, and I spent the better part of an hour Saturday trying to get into Star Citizen and actually load into it. I was finally able to do that sometime around Saturday, around noon, Eastern Time, US. And so I was finally able to get in, but then we were having all sorts of bugs with ships not working properly, not being able to spawn them in hangars, ASOPs not working correctly, being stuck in seats, all kinds of issues. And so Saturday night I did a little bit of stuff with my org, but we were essentially dead in the water. All pads are full. Oh goodness. So this is another thing. There are so many people playing in 3.18 right now that you literally cannot get landing pads in some areas. I was flying around Orison the other day with a couple of my org members, and like just kept getting repeated messages that you cannot access any of the landing pads because they're full. Evers Harbor, I guess.
Please hold for assignment.
Yeah, is a pretty frequented pad.
Welcome to the ASOP
pretty
vehicle retrieval
frequented
system.
station. And so I'm not even sure whether I'll be able to get out of here at this
Vehicle
point.
selected. Stand by.
And I'm not sure whether
Landing
this
areas
is
are currently full. Please hold for assignment.
okay. I'm not sure whether this is a bug.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Stand by for the next available assignment.
And delivered
Please
to the
visit us
following
again.
location. So something's definitely incorrect here. We may just be playing the hangar game here and see if we can actually get a ship location. So, that's not good. So it's not going to be in a docking port. We're going to have several hangars to go through here.
Our landing areas are currently full. Please hold for
You keep
assignment.
telling me that. Hangar 1. That one's not full. That one's definitely got space. So unless someone has called for that one, we may be stuck. Yep, that one's definitely got space as well. Oh, come back. Hangar 3.
Areas are currently full.
Yeah, you
Please
keep
hold for
telling me that.
assignment.
And there's definitely some sort of hidden collision mesh or something in some of these. Okay, so this is not working. I am going to go ahead and we're going to head back to the lobby here because there's obviously a problem with all of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and move all of my stuff.
Our landing areas are currently full.
Yes, I realize
Please
that.
hold for assignment.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead then and
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
we are going to suicide back
Please
to
visit us
Louisville,
again. Goodbye.
and then we will pick up again from there. Okay, so I have respawned at Orison. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll head back down to the landing area.
Discuss side effects with your
Please
doctor
hold for
or
assignment.
pharmacist.
Unfortunately, the NPCs think I'm still, or air traffic control, sorry, thinks I'm still up at Everest Harbor. So we're probably going to disable the ATC voiceover anyway, as the NPCs are not always the most polite when you go and blow them up. Let's see, that's insurance.
Welcome to the Maria Pure of Heart Hospital, a non-profit medical facility
All of our
dedicated
landing
to
areas are
improving the health
currently full.
of all members of the
Please
extended
hold
First
precise
Dynamic
Okay,
family
so
of
we're going to
employees.
go ahead and disable that then. So I'm going to get into options here, go into audio, and basically just take speech volume all the way down. And that will disable all of the voiceovers, disable all of the NPC dialogue when you're taking any of them on. And let's see here, that one is, no, I'm going to go to the spaceport, so that's this way, straight ahead. Okay, so unfortunately now, and it's probably just due to stuff loading in, and there being a lot of stuff here at Lorville, my frame rate has just decided to plummet off a cliff here. Getting, like, as you can see, 14 frames per second or so. Definitely much better when I was up in space. So we're going to get out of here as soon as I possibly can. I do have my ship fully outfitted. I was able to get in briefly yesterday and get my lasers fitted onto my ships. We did get a little bit of a bonus bump and started with 200,000 alpha UEC instead of the usual 20,000 alpha UEC. So that was a nice little bump. It made it much easier to purchase some of the upgrades that I needed for my ship.
Security reserves the right to search travelers at any
I
time.
was able to get all of that stuff ready, or at least get the weapons bought and put onto my ship quickly and easily. Unfortunately, I loaded all of my stuff onto my Aurora last time I was in, which means that all my stuff is still going to be in the Aurora, so when I claim that, I'm going to lose all of it. That was all of my nice items, weapons, all that kind of stuff. So we'll be able to go back up and get the FS9 should be able to get it from Everest Harbor, along with a couple things that I took off there. But the other nice thing about 318 is the soft death mechanic, and so we're able to take down these combat pilots, and then we can get in and loot stuff in their ship, which includes their weapons and armor and all that sort of stuff. So if you're okay with a little ship combat, it's entirely possible to get an entire kit after just a simple mission. But it can, yes, I do hope frame rate improves a little here before we go out to do combat, because that's not going to work so well. There we go. Alright, so, oh goodness, yeah, frame rate is abysmal. I'm getting like 8 frames per second right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to claim my Aurora here. We'll file the claim. Hopefully this is going to work properly. There we go, good. I'm going to go ahead and pay the fee there, and we'll just get that instantly. It's only 300 or so alpha UEC. And we'll go ahead and deploy this. It looks like ASOPs are working properly, which is good, because they weren't yesterday. Ship will be waiting at Hangar 3. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll head out there and get started on our Star-ter Citizen journey. Of course, you've still got NPCs standing on the chairs. It wouldn't be Star Citizen without it. Walking around, moonwalking, walking into walls, all that sort of stuff. That's kind of to be expected at this point. If you've played Star Citizen for any amount of time, you're used to all that at this point. Another thing to be careful of currently is that a lot of the time these doors are not opening up when you actually arrive at your location. So you may have to just click on the location again, or click on the lobby or the doors button again. There we go, to actually get them to open, and then you will be good to go. Close that, jump in my pilot seat here. That's another bug. Oh, come on. Apparently I've only got one of my weapons on there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get out of the seat again. Hopefully. Go. We're able to get that up. There's a bug where you are sometimes unable to get out of your seat. Cycling power will sometimes help that. Get out of here and store my ship again, because I believe it's not that one. Next, there we go. Preston, open, Lorville, Invalmount. No, I do not. Alright, we're just gonna go with 3 then at this point. We'll get the second one once we've made enough and gotten this completed. We'll get it then. Perfect. Alright. So I've got 2 badgers, I've got 2 attritions. Or well, would have 2 attritions. Unfortunately, just have the 1 right now. My bulldog apparently got destroyed or something, or didn't spawn properly. Oh, you know what? That's what happened. I moved it on board with the rest of my stuff, and flew it up to... Oh, there we go. Perfect. So there's the last one.
Take off.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn off my shields and then turn them back on again. And that'll get my my shield warning taken off. And we will head out into the wide verse and see what sort of activities we can get up to. Swap my power all the way over to engines here and burn out of atmosphere. As you can see, I've got like 6 markers already of ships in the area. So if you are a new player, have your head on a swivel. You never know when one of them is going to decide to take pot shots at you. Break atmosphere there. And the other thing is that crime stats have changed a little bit. 318, and so instead of there being a instead of having like a serious crime, like a crime stat 3, or even a crime stat 1 and crime stat 2 being a shoot to kill, shoot on sight sort of thing, those are not the case anymore. And you can now pay off crime stat 1 and crime stat 2 crimes in fine terms. So, as long as someone doesn't kill you, they can, essentially shoot your ship. And as long as they haven't killed you and they've only got like a destruction of vehicle or whatever, they can pay that off. So it's a good idea to keep that in mind and keep your head on a swivel. This is kind of an introduction. I guess we will call this the first episode in my Star-ter Citizen 0 to Hero series. We're going to go ahead and start this with just the Aurora and the MPUV that I got during the Christmas sale. Luminalia sale. And so I'm Target location is obstructed. Okay, so it's going to be on the other side of the planet then. Adventure Stalker. Now, most of the time, these ships that have got just the white markers for them are available to like get in and take over actually, as they're like other player ships that have been unoccupied. So, if you're interested in testing out other ships and you see one kind of in the area, it's always worth popping over and taking a look. Sometimes it's a derelict, and it's had all of the, it's not serviceable anymore. You can't fly it or anything. But occasionally you'll actually run into ships that are still in good repair. They've had maybe a little bit of damage or whatever to them, but a player's logged out and they've not been able to get in again, or they've suicided back to their landing zone or whatever, and the ship is just left there because of the new persistent entity streaming tech. And so it's entirely possible now to run into ships and actually try them out, because they are still spawned, even though their players are no longer. Drop a couple of those there. Woo! Go ahead and dance around with this a little bit. Got his shields down, so I'm not too worried about him. Perfect, got him. We'll get this one more guy here. It doesn't do to leave him up and around to bother you on your flight out. Got to be careful with these. I was taking one down yesterday, and there we go. And he actually had the audacity to ram me. I think this guy's actually disabled here, so yeah, this guy's disabled. So we can go ahead then, and we'll test out the new being able to loot these guys. I'm going to go ahead and bring my speed way down here, and kind of line up sideways. There we go. Kill my engines. And jump out of my seat. We'll leave shields at max. There we go. Engines back up. There we go. And go ahead and hopefully get out of my seat here. Maybe. It's kind of a known issue.
Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check. Engines.
There we go. Perfect. So I can go ahead and get out of here. A lot of times cycling power will allow you to, there we go, will allow you to get out of your seat. And this is all sorts of janky, making the transition there from 0G to 0G to actually flying. There we go. So this is the Stalker version. Oh, we're upside down here. There we go. That'd be why. Okay, so we can go ahead and get into here. And the pilot is not in here. Interesting. So he was unable to get out, or was able to get out, it appears, because a lot of times I can actually get in here and stuff is still... the pilot is still in the ship. And you can actually get in and get some pretty good loot. Unfortunately, that doesn't appear to be the case on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll jump back into our Aurora here. A graceful landing. There we go. Close the doors. Jump back in our pilot seat. Whoop, there we go. Shields down. We're going to turn this back off and back on again. There we go. And that seems to fix that a lot of the time. I do have my my new Tobii Eye Tracker 5 equipped. And so I'm now able to turn my head and kind of look around as I'm doing things. As you can see, of course, my video there. I look up and I can move my view around. Makes it quite handy for you know, looking at different targets and all that kind of stuff. But we should have now our tracker training permit completed. There we go. Very good. And let's see here. That's Crusader. This one is Microtech. Area 18. Bounty Hunters Guild. Dakbro. That one's probably that one. Yep, both of those are going to be players, so I'm going to avoid them for right now. We'll go ahead and we'll get this Hurston Dynamics mission. Hopefully this will populate here quickly. I'm going to go ahead and we'll grab the Mercenary and get Call to Arms at the same time. Okay, so we're having the issue where missions are not properly accepting. So I'm going to quantum travel back to Hurston here, and then we will check these out again. See if we can get them to work. There we go.
The drive is now.
Sometimes just, you know, opening and closing your menu will allow that to work.
Auto drive is now off.
Alright, good. So we've got a Call to Arms there, which means we should have both of these missions properly accepted now. Or there we go. Okay, so we've got Call to Arms. Let's check Bounty Hunter, Suspect Apprehension, Bounty Hunter, Blackjack, Microtech, Crusader. Interesting. So that's not properly working. Because we've accepted it, but it's not actually working. So, at this point, ooh, service beacon. Let's go ahead and we'll grab this. That's 4,000 or so. And that should allow us to will allow us to pay. There we go. Perfect. All right. So that's, we'll go ahead and track that one. And we'll show up to this now. We should have a mission marker show up here momentarily. Hopefully. Definitely, as you can tell, some bugs. Go ahead and clear this route because sometimes that will allow it to work properly. We'll turn that off again. And it does not appear like that's properly working. There's no combat beacon showing up. There we go. Left bracket to accept. Still nothing as far as finding this guy. Jump in into our star map here quickly and just see. Oh, there's no no marker here showing us where we need to go. Nothing on Hurston I can see. That's where we are. But I'm not seeing anything there. In contract, 71,000. I'm going to go ahead and track him again here. Approximately 71,045 kilometers from our current location is going to place him. Let's get this off of here. R underscore display. I'm going to go 0. There we go. That's 52. 67. 95. 67. Probably around Aberdeen. So we're going to go ahead and set route to Aberdeen here. And then 71 should be on the far side of the planet. As you can see, definitely several bugs still. If you are wanting to get in and have any sort of like persistence, actual smooth gameplay, do yourself a favor and hold off for a week or two, because it's still going to be a little while, I think, before the servers are really steady and pushed. Let's pull this back up here and see if anything will properly spool. Let's pull up our mission here and we'll take a look and see how far away he's at now. 138,000 kilometers. What? That's not right. Oh, there we are. Hey, it's finally showed up. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and we'll jump to our quantum beacon. Hopefully he's not dead by the time we get there. I'm figuring if the servers are having this much trouble, hopefully they haven't spawned in the bad guys. Get up, you won't be a total mess. Definitely having some issues tonight though, so we'll get this one done, and then that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm gonna probably pop out to Referral 1 because there we go. So we gotta protect this Ruizvik. Finish this guy off. He's running. Oh, it's another Aurora. Let's end his misery. There we go, perfect. So he's been soft-deathed. we should be getting a notification here. There we go. Perfect. Contract complete. And we've now got our own little Aurora blown up here. I'm going to go ahead and get a little closer, and we'll just check and see whether the pilot is still in it or if he's been totally destroyed, and whether we can get into there and get anything off of it or not. I do not see him in there. Must be way down here so that I'm not in any danger of smacking into this thing. And I'm going to turn on my lights here quickly so I can take a look through the husk and just see. I don't see him in there. So it looks like we may not actually be able to get any of the goodies, the loot, from any of the smaller ships. I'm definitely not seeing the pilot's body anywhere here. So we'll just have to call that good. Take a look just quickly, just in case he's like stuck in the bed section or anything here. But I don't see him there either, so I think that's probably it. He's not here. All right. So we've gotten 2 of those completed. We've got now enough. Over 200,000 now. We'll be able to go ahead and purchase like any of our quantum drives or anything that we need to get fully upgraded here. I'm going to go ahead and we'll pop out to Crew L1 here instead of, or sorry, her L1 instead of trying to bunk at Everest Harbor because it's having issues with landing pads constantly being full. So we'll go ahead and pop out to her L1, but that's going to be it for today's episode, the first one in my Star-ter Citizen Zero to Hero series. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more of these videos and want to stay tuned for them, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you hit that little notification bell next to it, that'll let you know when these videos release next. Episode. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and suffering through the bugs with me. I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone. Ta-ta.